I've walked into rooms where I wasn't welcomed. Boardrooms where they mistook me for someone's assistant. Investors who assumed I was just the diversity hire. Partners who praised my confidence, but questioned my value. But this night, this one was different. This was supposed to be the celebration of a $900 million acquisition, the moment Coltech joined the Langford empire, making me the first black woman to helm a major tech merger of this scale. Instead, I left that mansion humiliated. Mocked. Dismissed. But by sunrise, they were the ones calling me, begging. They never saw it coming. And I never forgot the way it felt. When I stepped out of the car and onto the Langford's marble driveway, I already knew what kind of night it would be. Too many Range Rovers. Too many people who had never earned what they inherited. But I held my head high. My navy silk gown whispered luxury with every step, and the confidence I wore couldn't be tailored. I was there to close a deal. $900 million. Years of blood, code, caffeine, and silence. My company. My team. My name. The Langfords were buying in, but I wasn't selling out. That was the difference. Ava Cole, Charles Langford said as I entered the grand hall. His voice boomed like he owned the air in the room. You clean up nicely, he smirked. I paused, not long enough for it to be noticed, but long enough to file it. So do you, I said evenly. Though I don't need an acquisition to make me shine. He laughed. I didn't. I made my rounds. Smile here. Not there. Fake interest in champagne and real estate gossip. Then she appeared, Sophia Langford. Charles' daughter-in-law, face permanently set in condescension. She leaned close. So you're the genius behind all that AI code. You're not what I expected. I didn't take the bait. That's because what you expected was someone safe. Someone white. She blinked. Smiled tightly. Oh, no, not at all. Don't worry, I interrupted, your reaction is common. So is your surprise. Dinner was worse. As we sat under chandeliers, Charles stood for a toast. I already knew he couldn't help himself. Let's raise a glass, he said, to Ava Cole. A true pioneer. From inner-city grit to billion-dollar deals. Not quite what we envisioned, but that's the charm, isn't it? Laughter. Not the good kind. It felt like I was watching a skit written by people who never lived a day outside their bubble. I could feel the room watching me, not with admiration, but curiosity. Like I was a guest performer in their legacy parade. And that's when it clicked. They didn't respect me. They didn't think they had to. I wasn't the CEO. I was the spectacle. So I stood. I'd like to say something, I said, stepping toward the mic with grace and purpose. The room hushed. You know, I began, I was told tonight would be historic. And it is. But not for the reasons you think. I looked Charles square in the eye. See, when I built Coltech, I didn't do it to earn your approval. I did it so people who look like me could walk into rooms like this and never have to beg for a seat. I pulled out the contract from my clutch. You thought I came here to join your world. I am the world now. Then I calmly folded the agreement, the $900 million deal, and set it on the table beside me. I'm canceling the deal. Gasps. Actual gasps. I'd rather walk away from your money than stay where I'm not respected. And with that, I turned around and walked out. They didn't see me again. But they saw the headlines. I didn't cry when I left that mansion. I didn't scream. I didn't even flinch. I just got in the car, rolled down the window, and let the warm breeze of liberation hit my face. I was done asking for space in rooms I built from the outside. By morning, my inbox had exploded. 34 missed calls. 17 voicemails. And one message from Charles Langford himself. Ms. Cole, there seems to have been a misunderstanding. We deeply regret the tone of last night's gathering. Let's talk. The desperation stank like old money mold. I didn't reply. Not yet. Instead, I called my COO and legal counsel into an emergency Zoom. I'm not backing out of the deal, I told them. I'm redefining it. I let the Langfords sweat for 48 hours. Then, I sent over a new acquisition agreement, rewritten by me. Clause 1, the deal would go through at my revised valuation, $1.2 billion, not $900 million. Clause 2, the Langfords would have no voting control in Coltech. They would own shares, not power. Clause 3, Charles Langford would be required to publicly apologize, in writing and on video, for what I politely termed a culture of exclusion and elitism. If they didn't accept in 24 hours. No deal. No stake. No legacy. I watched the apology on my rooftop over champagne with my CFO. Charles looked like he'd swallowed a lemon whole. We at Langford Global regret our actions and words. We were wrong to diminish the contributions of a visionary leader like Ms. Cole. I took a slow sip and smiled. Still not as bitter as the champagne, I muttered. By Friday, the new deal was signed. The press was on fire. Black woman CEO flips the power table on billionaire dynasty. Coltech's deal makes history, on her terms. And you know what the best part was? The Langford's stock price soared. Not because of them, but because of me. The woman they thought was just another diversity checkbox, now the queen on the board. Today, Coltech runs independently, stronger than ever. I created a grant for underfunded black women in tech. I mentor 3 young girls from my old neighborhood. And I invest in companies that were once ignored, like I was. You see, people ask me why I didn't just take the money quietly. But money was never the mission. Dignity was. Ownership was. Respect was. Because when they try to humiliate you, when they try to remind you where they think you came from, remind them who you've become. And if they still don't see it, cancel the deal. Let them beg. Like more heartfelt stories like this. New stories are waiting for you here every single day. Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell.